Welcome to Midnight Mania. Dana White is insistent that the deal with ESPN to stream pay-per-views, PPVs, solely through ESPN is great for the company, the fighters, and most of all, the fans. People will get nervous about this streaming thing. I hate to break it to you guys, but streaming is where everything is going. So, if you have Netflix, if you have Hulu, if you have any of this stuff at home, that's basically what ESPN is. You get it the same exact way as Netflix and these other streaming services. White sat down with Megan Levy and gave his spin on the deal, saying that ESPN is perfectly aligned with their goals. He also said the UFC is now one of the top 4 sports in the United States. He is correct about one thing: ESPN is promoting fighters in a way Fox never did. The UFC has struggled to promote individual fighters in the past, besides a handful of their top-tier talent. ESPN is giving those fighters an unprecedented chance to shine. Whether he is right about streaming and the pay-per-views is an entirely different question. Many fans are still watching cable. To buy a pay-per-view, one will need a subscription to ESPN, raising the barrier to entry for casual fans. People won't be flipping through their cable on Saturday night and decide to buy the pay-per-view. They will need to already be subscribers. Moreover, with many fights still airing on ESPN, one can't even cut out cable entirely as a hardcore fan, which would be a nice option. However, as White said, many of the details haven't been worked out yet. If ESPN really is able to put together bundle deals to save on pay-per-view costs throughout the year, the deal could still have upside. One interesting wrinkle is that we won't get independent pay-per-view estimates anymore. Those relied on journalists' connections to cable provider insiders. Dana White on ESPN will have tighter control over that information, so we may not know about the true impact of this deal for a long time. 0%, 0 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 0 votes total vote. Now yes, this is evil. Related, Game Bread, Banks Big Reebok Bucks in London. This was helpful from Big John to explain the Danny Henry fiasco. The fight should not have been called. He was out of that armbar when the referee stopped it. A scream of pain is to be considered a verbal tap by the referee. But it must be a scream. I used to tell fighters all the time, I will let you grunt, groan or summon the gods of stupid strength with her, but don't scream out like you just turned into an 8-year-old. https://t.co/w2r fuck Ike. Big John McCarthy, at John McCarthy, March 18, 2019. No matter how awesome, does not earn you a title shot, especially when Damian Maia out-wrestled you fairly recently and the champion is Kamaru Usman. Masvidal has the correct take here on Ben Askren. Conor McGregor had some choice words for Max Holloway after Holloway destroyed him with a tweet storm, and Holloway loved it. Apologies to Cowboy, but this is a fight to make if Max wins at UFC 236. There you go, that's the champ the world wants. I do have it. White belt bum 21-year-old Max gave it to me to return to you in Dublin. Glad you found your confidence again in Boston. You can find your ACL again in Vegas in July. Max Holloway, at Blessma, March 17, 2019. Related, BKFC preparing mega money deal for McGregor. Game Bread doing great with this 10-year challenge. The upswell of support for Tony Ferguson has been great to see, and it was encouraging to hear him say he's getting the help he needs. Related, Ferguson releases statement, UFC helping me find the help we need. Everyone has probably seen this a few times by now, but just a reminder that Jorge Masvidal is really about that life. He might not have a choice, given he ran from them to fight in London after they told him he couldn't fight. Mirror's Edge stuff. WTF. pic.twitter.com/u8ltst7u. Dana White, at Dana White, March 15, 2019. Putting a rib back? She's dunky. Okay, I've never heard that technique name before. I want to try it though. Slips, rips, and co-clips. This is one of those all-time classic knockouts. Masvidal is so good at punching in combination, he lands 2 more on the way down and then another on the ground for good measure. Muay Thai is such a unique species of violence. You don't see this kind of exchange in boxing or even MMA. It seems like judo offers an endless supply of these. Sometimes double underhooks work, sometimes they don't. Just when you think it's 2 bulls, one turns into a matador. Random land. Heartwarming leg warming. It's good to know Messi is out there doing his thing, still being the best ever. Sleep well, maniacs. A better tomorrow is always possible. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Vorpality.